Hit that bell, and we have a battle ready to start. The man who executed that well-applied arm drag is Ken Lucas. Ken hails from Roanoke, Virginia. He's a 220-pounder, and he has a capable style and a reputation for dependability. He's up against Grenade Boyer, and Boyer is a tough customer who is aptly named Grenade because he's likely to go to pieces almost any time, sometimes in the required 4.5 seconds. Twisting arm lock, and Lucas takes charge. This match, one fall, 15-minute time limit. Nick Kozak is leaning in there and talking his referee type talk. Usually referees say, "What do you say? What do you say? Or do you want to quit?" So Lucas catches a warning for throwing the fist, and Boyer, who looks fairly innocent from where we sit, is ready and moves in now for a standing arm lock. A good hold. It's a testing grip. It's one that you use to see just what kind of balance a man's going to have, especially in the beginning of a match, what kind of strength he's got to push out of it, what kind of maneuvers he might make to keep you from getting your best strength. So Boyer takes an arm and a headlock. There's an arm drag again. And as Lucas come out that time, he took the arm with him. Now, Lucas in that escape reminded me of the man who's going to referee our final event here at the Coliseum next Friday night. That is world's champion 6 times, Lou Thesz. Lou Thesz, possibly the greatest champion of modern times in wrestling, and still a great figure in the sport because it's in his blood. But he'll come here next week to referee the battle between Big Bruiser Brody and Duggan, Hacksaw Duggan with 2 G's, Double G Duggan. The Battle of the Wild Men would put it a little more aptly because Brody surely fits into that category, and so does the unpredictable Duggan. So with Lucas caught, he starts to worry Boyer on both sides, and the Grenade now is caught right by the ears in a head scissor. So as Boyer tries to remove his head, he does do a reversal that could get him a fall, and I've seen many falls gained with just so simple a move. And as Boyer tries to bounce out of it, he finds that Lucas is strengthening his own leg with his hand. There's a crooked head scissor. It's an honest head scissor, believe me, but it's crooked. You turn your legs, you lift up on in this case, the left one, you push down with the right one, now the top one, and you make a guy wish that he had never gotten into wrestling. Lucas, as we mentioned, is well schooled in the wrestling art. There's no question about it. He has been tag team partners with Rick Morton, who is also on tonight's card, and they have held the Mid-America Tag Team title. And they hope, of course, to get some tag team action here. And again, Boyer comes around. Again, Boyer is caught, and he got out, but is he going to stay out? So Lucas shows that he can be just as persistent as the explosive Grenade. Nick Kozak watches closely. All he can look for is to see whether the head scissor is applied legally. There you see the head in that unenviable position. And at the 5-minute mark, Boyer is just barely squeezing his head out of danger. Well, there goes that butt that has made him particularly dangerous in some matches. Comes at an unexpected time, drives it in there. That head scissor has come in handy for Lucas. No question about that. It sure has slowed Boyer's explosive tendencies. Notice that head coming out little by little. He pries the legs apart right at the knees. It's a good way to lose an ear, or at least, if not to lose it, to have it gain some of the irregular tendencies that happen from catching bruises on the ear. And Lucas trying to maneuver. Good landing. And Lucas comes back with a side headlock and gains control. And control is the answer in many of these things. To be able to inflict your will on your opponent. Lucas again following up. If a hold has worked well for you, and all the punishment he's been giving to Boyer's head is well followed when you add to what you've done before. The best wrestlers are chain wrestlers who follow one move by another. You don't go from the toe to the head and the head to the toe and give that body a chance to rest. They follow up with headlock and headlock, or toe hold and toe hold. So Boyer lays it in there, and he laid that knee in there solidly, and you can bet that Kenny Lucas is wondering where his next breath is coming from. But he knows the answer. You got to fight your way out of trouble, and rat-tat-tat. Machine gun wallops on the grenade. And now the fans come alive to scream their approval of what Kenny Lucas just accomplished, and that was to, oh, he's got a red nose. He is not only red around the nose, but around the mouth and around the area of the nose. That half a dozen or more blows that were thrown by Kenny Lucas sort of pounded him into chop meat. It's Lucas. Caught in a side headlock, and he's trying to make it uncomfortable for the grenade to hang on to his hold. Nice takedown, and as he back heels him, he ties him up. A leg and an arm, and he's got him in a distinctly uncomfortable position. Nick Kozak watching closely. Setting him up, and he come in again with that head. Here's a man we have seen in demonstrations break bricks and blocks of cement with his head. Reverse chin lock is the hold. He's got that that chin caught right in the crook of the elbow, so it's not a stranglehold, but it is something that you have to fight to get out of. Flipped him, and flipped him well. Came up solidly, and he's finding his mark, and frankly, he found that red nose. It was difficult to miss. Lucas looking to drop in there, Devastating knee.
10 minutes.
10 minutes have gone by as Lucas oozes his way out from underneath. And he's got him in sleep hold. He caught him coming off there, and you see Kenny Lucas applying his version of the sleep hold, the unconscious hold, on Grenade Boyer. He ties up his arm to keep him from working on it. He's got him slowly passing out. You see referee Nick Kozak testing that arm. He's convinced that the Grenade needs help.
Winner of the match, 10 minutes, 44 seconds, Ken Lucas.
Ken Lucas wins. At Mr. JJ's, where they look around for bargain hunters because they know they can finish you, why, you hear this word now from JJ's.